Hello and welcome to this Football Manager 2019 sort of experiment. We are, as you can see in this corner, 501 years into the future. Now I've seen people do 100 years, seen somebody do like 250 so far, but I haven't seen anyone go as far as 500, so I think I'm the first to do, at least the first I've seen do it. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the video. So we're 500 seasons into this game, and we only have England loaded, as you can see. We have the Premier League, Championship, League 1s and 2, National League, and then the North and South divisions below that. As you can see, I have accidentally spelt years wrong in the name of the title. But let's have a look at the Premier League. If you have anyone that I miss throughout and you want to have a closer look, feel free to just pop them down in the comments and I'll try and get to them. So in the Premier League, this is how it looks. We have Lincoln as champions, MK Dons, Chelsea, Arsenal, Cardiff, Fulham, Leicester, Manchester United and Manchester City, Bristol City, Liverpool, Brighton, Sheffield United, QPR, Derby, Millwall, South Shields, who were playing in a 10th tier back in 2016, are now in the Premier League. Tottenham Hotspur, Portsmouth and Oxford, with Tottenham getting relegated. And as you can see here, 86 is the most times it's been won by Manchester City. They have now won more games than their counterparts, Manchester United. They've won more titles even. So Manchester United, they have won 51 Premier Leagues. Manchester City have dominated it with 86. Now, that's absolutely incredible. The best season we had was at Cardiff in 21, 22, 23 season. So let's have a look at that. That must have been 109 points. Look how many seasons we've done. But unbelievable to the fact that 109 points. So it's 21, 22, 23. So that wasn't actually that long ago. Gone too far. So Cardiff this season, 36 wins, 1 draw and 1 defeat. Defeat coming at home to Manchester United. I bet they were gutted about that. What a season that is. Unbelievable. Back to the records we go. The fewest points in a season was Nottingham Forest, who had 4 points. Most defeats, once again, was Nottingham Forest. Fewest wins, Nottingham Forest. I think there's a case to have a look at that one as well. That was this one. Nottingham Forest. This is the worst season ever in 500 seasons plus of the Premier League. No wins, 4 draws, 34 defeats, 20 goals and 97 conceded. Absolutely awful. As most draws, 23. That was a record set back in 1978-79. As you can see, the biggest attendance is now 140,000 West Ham. That was set back nearly 250 years ago now. West Ham versus Chelsea, 140,000 packed in to their stadium, which is now Trevor Brooking Park. Oh wait, that wasn't a stadium they had though. Their stadium, that's more recently built, so I don't know what the stadium was that did that one. Biggest win is still 9-0. Biggest highest scoring game is still 7-4. Most matches won in a row. I think it's 18 City did. 24 is now the new record. Southampton back in the good old year of 21-49. Most defeats in a row. That was set 23 in a row. Ipswich Town, I assume they must have got relegated that year. Most games without losing. Arsenal still have the record. Most games without winning. 39 Barnet. Most games without conceding, 14. That was back in 2009. And most games without scoring, Millwall holds that record. These most goals conceded and scored both have not been touched. Most goals overall, I don't think that'll ever be broken by Dixie Dean, scoring 60 goals back in 1928. Most goals in a single game, 5. I'm assuming that's been equalled several times. Most clean sheets, Brian, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that one. He had 23. That must have been around the same time as that, a couple of years after. That is amazing. Most assists in the season was 30. That record was broke 9 seconds. Sean Maguire, who's actually a real player as well. So let's have a look at the Championship. We'll go through all the leagues. Stoke, Burton and West Brom get promoted. Who else is in here? Exeter, they've come up from League 2. Southampton, West Ham, Newcastle, Sunderland, Birmingham. So a lot of sides still the same. If you look, Sheffield Wednesday, Aston Villa, West Brom, Stoke, Middlesbrough, Hull. There's a lot of teams that are still in here. I assume they must have gone up and down, up and down, up and down. League 1, is there any big teams in League 1 at the minute? Not really. Wolves, they were in the Premier League when this started. Crystal Palace got relegated to League 2. Shrewsbury got promoted. League 2. Rotherham are champions of this one. Huddersfield are in League 2. They've been promoted. Any other big teams? Not overly. Wigan. Burnley. They obviously had Europa League football at the start of this season. Now in League 2 after 500 years. National League. Hereford, my team. They have finished second and lost in the playoff final. That happened 3 years in a row when I started watching them. Going into the playoffs and then losing and being second. That was really, really horrible. Preston, they are in there. Not many big teams. National League North. Blackpool are in here. And then National League South. So this pretty much should cover most teams. So let's have a look at the Premier League and who has won it. So we go down to the start. Wow, that's too far. So this is when we took over. City dominated it very, very much in the first few seasons. Then Chelsea took over. West Ham had a little spell here with Chelsea winning it a lot. Manchester United, they won 6 of 8 league titles then, finishing runners-up the one season as well. Arsenal, they had a couple. Watford had a couple. And then Leicester City. And then Cardiff came in, and look at how many titles they've won there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they won 13 out of 18. Wow, that is a good record. 100 years later. Everton went on a good spell in the 2130s. Southampton had a good spell as well. Look at that. Look how many they won. Stoke winning the odd one, but Southampton absolutely dominating the 1250s. Manchester United again, and then Man City had a spell of winning it. Cardiff came back. Brighton. But a lot of the same sides that you would expect to be in the Premier League. Watford, Chelsea, Watford, Manchester City. How many times is this in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 titles in a row. We carry on. Watford and then Portsmouth. They're the first real big team to see that aren't in the Premier League now. And then look, Lincoln. They won the title in 23-21. And then won several titles as well. Look at the dominating here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row for Lincoln. It's coming up from League 2. And then we have a mixture of winners here. MK Dons then start to pick up some wins as well. Also playing their football in League 2 this year. Derby, they get one. Sheffield United. Leicester started having a good run as well. Lincoln came back. Derby winning about 6 or 7 in a row there. Leicester City had a good spell here. Chelsea and then Sheffield United had a good spell. Leicester City, Sheffield United, they've won loads in recent years. And then Fulham had a good spell as well. But it's Lincoln and MK Dons have been the surprise here. Lincoln have been the surprise. Now let's check here. As you can see, Liverpool, they've been in the Championship several times. Tottenham have been in the Championship. I probably missed somebody, so let's have a look for the other big sides. Manchester United there. So that's a big surprise. Manchester United again, Manchester United again, Manchester United again. Liverpool. No sign of Arsenal. because Arsenal, I don't think have ever been relegated from the top flight. So, have they been relegated in all of this time? Yes, they were relegated. I think the only sort of side is Everton, but Everton aren't even in here. So that does mean that, which is absolutely superb. So many different winners. All sides have got relegated by the looks. League One, Liverpool have been in League One. Who else we got in here? I think I saw Manchester United at one stage. I'm sure I did. But Liverpool have played in the third tier of football. Everton is there as well. Wolves, which isn't surprising really, but not many teams have gone down there. Everton once again. Middlesbrough. Has any teams dropped as far as League 2 of big names? Not by the looks of things. And most teams would have gone up and down throughout. So that is something, but no, not really. We'll have a look at the FA Cup. Let's have a look at the history of the FA Cup. 67 once again. Manchester City winning the most FA Cups. The lowest attendance was 18 between West Essex, who I've never heard of. They play in the Essex Senior League, and Leicester. I've heard of those. I know who they are. 18 was the attendance. That's awful. 140,000 once again. West Ham with the highest attendance against Shrewsbury Town, who did become a force, I think, in later years. I think they did win the. I'm pretty sure they won a couple of Premier League titles. But as you can see, this is it. Shrewsbury winning one, as you can see. West Brom, Cardiff, Manchester City dominating as you would expect. Another Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury having a very good spell around here. Stoke, Everton, who have gone in League One, have also won that as well. Tottenham, Cardiff having a good spell as well. Who else have we got here? Just the usual teams. Lincoln, South Shields. So this is really recently. Sheffield United. So there's been a lot of teams dominating the whole scene. Manchester City, once again, they've won a lot. 69. God, Manchester City have absolutely dominated everything. MK Dons have won a few of these. No real teams that I've seen as a surprise. Portsmouth have won a couple, but the usual teams that have been about. The Community Shield we don't really need to look at, nor the Checkatrade Trophy. So let's check the World Cup. Has there been any surprises? Now, on my my Hereford save, Democratic Republic of Congo won the 2022 World Cup. They beat France, which is absolutely insane. So 2018 was won by France, as you know. Germany, Italy, not many surprises. England have won a couple. 2070, 2042. It's not even any teams that are surprises. Israel, 2098. Israel won the World Cup. That is a massive surprise. Didn't think I'd see Israel win a World Cup. Going further forward, the usual sides: Germany, Brazil, Croatia 1-1, with Peru finishing runners-up. And look at that, Algeria finished second. Saudi Arabia in 2194. Northern Ireland 1-1, 22-42. They beat France in the final. That was hosted in America. Japan have hosted a fair few of these. England won it again. Switzerland, that's a surprise winner. I'm sure there's loads of things I'm missing. Wales finished runners-up. Scotland finished runners-up. England winning again. Peru winning it. We're starting to get right to the top, and there we are. So the most winners is Spain. Biggest attendance is still 199,000. Biggest win is 18-0 between Argentina and Panama. God, that is an absolute hammering. Most matches lost in a row. India lost 61 in a row. That is an unbelievable record. Most matches without winning. Indonesia 67. Most without scoring 34. Most conceded 22. Panama shipped. That was in the same year as that's 22-0. That 18-0. So that is most of those goals. Roger Miller is still the oldest player to score a goal. What else can we check? I think we should check the European. We'll check this is obviously the Champions League. So we'll find our last year, which was Real Madrid, PSG, Liverpool, Arsenal. They won there first. Real Madrid, not too many surprises. Borussia Dortmund, Barcelona, Manchester United dominating it in this period. Still the same old names as you would expect. Leicester City 21-056. Leicester fans, if you're still alive then, it looks like it's going to be a good year for you, beating Manchester City in the final. West Ham, Cardiff, Liverpool. I don't expect many random teams from Europe, being the fact that we uploaded just England leagues. Shrewsbury won it in 21-50-51. That's the first real big surprise. Everton having a dominating spell here. Dynamo Kiev won it in 80-81. And Vidi, the Hungarian team that's in Chelsea's Europa League, won it. Jesus. They finished runners-up. That's a big, big surprise. Very Sparta Prague as well. FH, not even heard of FH. FH from the Icelandic Premier Division. They finished runners-up to West Ham. That was a very, very good outing by them. So we're having a couple of surprises. Arsenal having done Chelsea, Cardiff. Honka won it. Honka who play in Finland. They won the Champions League somehow. What year was that? 22-50. 60 even, 22-60. Wow, what an accomplishment that is. Schalke, I don't think we've seen them before. Leicester, Bayern Munich, I think that's the first time I've seen them. Shakhtar won it. FC, I can't even pronounce that, but they're from Norway. Moldes as well, I think they're from, are they from Norway? Yeah, they're from Norway. So many shocks. Lincoln having a really, really good spell here. Seven of the last six of the last 7 going to Lincoln there. We carry on up. Leicester, Manchester City having a dominated period. Derby County, Dortmund. We carry on. Not even heard of these either. Hungary team finishing runners up. Some big surprises in the runner-up category. Some very, very big surprises. Not so many in and the last winners were Chelsea. So into the Europa League. So there will be a Europa League 2, but this obviously doesn't cover that, so I don't know why I mentioned it. So Borussia Dortmund won the first one. Lots of English teams here. Southampton, Tottenham, Liverpool, West Ham, Manchester United. Besiktas won it a couple of times as well. Fenerbahce, and that is a big surprise. Bayer 04, Leeds. Carry on forward. Mainz finished runners-up to West Ham. Genk won it. The Belgian team, Racing Genk. Besiktas, Arsenal, Hoffenheim, Everton. Ludogorets, KR won it. Is that the same? They've won 7 Europa Leagues. Icelandic football must be quite good. We will check that actually. Shrewsbury won it a couple of times, beating Ludogorets. Celtic, FH won it. I think that's the team that won the Champions League as well. Maybe they finished runners up. We'll keep going. Just Zenit, Sparta Prague, Shrewsbury. FH won it several times. Honka. Was it Honka that won it then? Yes, Honka have won 3 Europa Leagues, 1 Super Cup, and have also won the Champions League. Ludogorets, Malmo, they won it as well. Shrewsbury, Celtic, MK Dons, Vidi, they won it. Lots of teams here. MK Dons, Borussia Dortmund, Portsmouth, Barnet won it. What London will let you Barnet are in now? They're in the Championship. They've got relegated. KR won it a couple of times. Maccabi Tel Aviv, the Israeli team, they've won the Europa League, which is a big surprise. Carry on up. Another Hungary team, they've done quite well. This team, another Hungary team. Fulham are the latest winners. Cardiff, Mould. So many big surprises. We won't look at the European Super Cup. We will look at the Euros though. The International League. Is that the Nations League? Yes, it is the Nations League. And as you can see, England. Oh wait a minute, we didn't check who are the most popular winners. So the most popular winners of the Europa League is Arsenal. Most popular winners of the Champions League is Manchester City. Is there anything they haven't done? Now, some people might know that I am a City fan. I haven't edited anything on this save, if anyone was wondering. See, not used the editor at all. It is up in the corner though. So we've done the Champions League. So what was I going to do? I was going to do the International League, wasn't it? That's what it's called. European International League. England have won the most, 120,000 capacity. Lowest is 500. Muller was the oldest player. Obviously, that's not the same Thomas Muller. Obviously, he's Austrian. But England have won the most. So France have dominated this. Let's. If I miss anything out, please feel free to smash it in the comments. England very dominating this, as you would expect, being the fact that I only loaded England, so most of the newly generated players would be English. Switzerland won it a couple of times, but mainly England. Spain won it the first year. They definitely won't win it this year. Wow, so just lots of English teams. European Championships, so the Euros. So where do we start? Here we are. So Belgium won the first. England had a good spell. Germany as well. Wales won it in 1996. Well done to the Welsh. Poland won it in 22-12. Denmark finishes runners up to Holland. Portugal. Russia won it in 22-44. Czech Republic won it. Turkey. Scotland. A lot more winners here. Surprising winners. Ukraine. And Ukraine have won the latest one as well. I don't think there's any other things really to check. So let's have a look at Liverpool, because I'm pretty sure they've been in the first three tiers. So it would be interesting to see their sort of Premier League, Championship. Spent a hell of a lot of time in the Championship here, and been a very League One side there. League One. It's not been any plain sailing in recent years for Liverpool. I think South Shields will be interesting because they come from the non-league. So South Shields are now a Premier League club who have won the FA Cup. They've also won the FA Trophy and the FA Vase. That's cool. Not so many that have done that. Wrong column. So let's go right to the bottom. So as some people might know, they were in the Championship years ago. So here, so where is 17-18? And then the next time they surfaced was here. And then they got relegated again, and then they stayed 3 years, but getting promoted again. And then they got promoted and relegated and flirted with the North and the Vanarama National League. And then in 21-35 they won promotion to the Football League. They then got relegated a couple of times before entering League One for the first time in 21-80. They got relegated a couple of times as well, but stayed in League One, had a year in the Championship before getting relegated. League One seems to be where they have been for most of this time. And then, as you can see here, they start to become a Championship side, and going all the way down to League Two. And then they hit the Premier League. This was the first time they hit the Premier League in 24-10. Finishing bottom. One from bottom either, and then finishing bottom again. But in recent years, look at that. That's the Premier League. So they have been in the Premier League for most of the time. A big rise in what they have achieved in recent years. So that's really insane. I wonder who the best. This is the best player in the world. His name is Cedric Provost, and he is German. He has a 165 potential abilities. That's not overly good. But he is valued at the most. I wonder who is the 194. This is the potential. Oh wait, he is the best player, I think. Yeah, here we are. Alan Kretschmer, who is English. Doesn't have a very English sounding name, but born in England. So let's have a look at him. He's a goalkeeper. Didn't see many very highly rated goalkeeper, but he is the best player in the world. Final thing we'll just check like France and like Ligue 1 and things like that, just to see if they have had any weird winners. I'm not sure they will have, because it's not really a thing that happens a lot, but we can always check. So no, I don't think there's going to be. Look at PSG, won pretty much every one. Who was that? Monaco. My God, so no real surprise winners there. But let's go back to the shortlist. We'll have a look in the German league, in the Bundesliga to see. Once again, I don't think there'll be any. So this is the last one we check. And if there's none, then I don't think there will be any winners. You would expect Bayern Munich to be the most, the biggest team in this league. So here we are. So it's Dortmund have won loads. Look at that. Dortmund. Schalke as well in this three, but mainly Munich, Dortmund and Schalke. I wonder if there's been any other winners. Borussia Mönchengladbach. And the final thing I'm going to check before I go off is this: the competition reputation. So as you would expect, the Premier League is top. La Liga's gone totally out. I can't even see them. I can't even see La Liga. I've been an idiot. Spanish First Division, it's 6th. Up from 13th, that one up from 11th. The Ladbrokes Championship is very good. The Hungarian League is 11th. Ukrainian is 10th, 9th. So there's a lot of leagues been pushed quite high and made a real impact, which is really good. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please smash the like button and subscribe if you're new. I do all sorts of football content as well as some gaming stuff as well. So feel free to smash the subscribe button. I might do a part 2 if there's enough interest in this. So if I do a part 2 and you want a specific team to be looked at, feel free to tell me in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, something different. My name is Mike, and I will see you soon.